The coronavirus is the biggest threat this country has faced for decades. That's why we've been asking people to stay at home during this pandemic. The time has now come for us all to do more. From this evening, I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home.
The world has changed a lot in the last couple of years, as is its nature. The shockwaves have been felt by all. It started with a rumour, and as of the making of this film, has yet to end. Today, we're going to focus on an often overlooked section of society, one that has sparked debate on what counts as an essential worker. With the world under harsh restrictions on who can meet who and in what company, this often colourful group of hard workers have had to put a full halt on their careers. Musicians contribute significantly to the world as we know it. It is a widely shared belief that every musician, from superstars like Ed Sheeran and John Mayer, to aspiring artists just starting on the first leg of their journey, are essential. Everywhere from business scenarios.
Promise me you'll remember one thing, yeah? Just remember.
To mental health.
Music engages the brain in remarkable ways. If you look at the brain on a functional magnetic resonance imaging machine, you will see multiple areas light up when a person is listening to music.
Music plays its role. It's easy to think of music as background noise, something that will always be there for us to enjoy. Today, we're looking behind the curtain at the people who deliver this joy to us. We've sat down with a handful of musicians, all in different stages of their careers, to find out firsthand just how heavily they've been affected and what hope they hold for the future.
My name's Vin Goodwin. I'm a musician, host, promoter, writer of a musical. Do you want me to take my mask off? Am I allowed to?
Yes, please. Yes.
You're quite... That's better. It's very sweaty under there, but you're all quite far away. You might have to shout. No.
I'm Harry Nolan. I'm a just finished music student at Goldsmiths, and I play in 3 different bands. Recently just started an electronic duo with my girlfriend, and I'm in 2 more alt rock bands where I play bass and guitar respectively.
My name's Katie Tufnell. I'm a non-binary musician based in South East London. So before lockdown, I was making all my money from music basically. I was a DJ, I hosted karaoke nights, I hosted open mic nights, travelling different countries to perform and stuff, and also organised my own events as well.
I am Joe Akers of the band Taxi Joe. Oh, do you want me to go into a little bit more detail? Yeah, okay, cool. I'm a singer, a guitarist, songwriter, but I do kind of lots of other creative stuff as well, like making films and writing scripts and stuff.
Well, before lockdown, I was on holiday, I was very lucky. And I ran shows. I've been running them for about 9 years at that point. We had 1 show, and then that was it. They were all cancelled at a venue that I've been at for 7 years.
Before lockdown, I was actually in New York. Come back, house is gone, drummer's gone, everything's gone. So it was like, wow, all the gigs we had booked in disappeared. So it became more of an emphasis on recording, which also didn't happen.
It's been a break that's been needed. I was a very busy person before, and I didn't necessarily take breaks that I should have taken, and so it's I became more intentional with my time and how I took what resources I gave to other people and things like that.
I had literally, me and the boys in the band had literally just finished recording an album. Literally, we couldn't do anything wrong. So we were just completely in tune with each other, completely vibing. And then the world shut down for a year, which was come on!
Who I felt for really is the artists on my show and all the other shows that were cancelled who suddenly had no income.
Yeah, I think it's being unfair because at the end of the day, it's the grassroots institutions that are suffering. I mean, everyone's having a bit of a moan about it. You've got even recently Paul McCartney and Kate Bush and Damon Albarn signing that petition for the Spotify revenue. But at the end of the day, they're the ones who are still making money.
Obviously, there's been some really horrible times. I don't think anyone's alone in that. But I think for me, the way I process my emotions and stuff is through songwriting. So I've written probably 4 albums worth of songs.
When it became apparent that it wasn't going to happen for a while, a lot of other people would start to do online shows, and I was very reluctant to do it because the show that I do, which is called Vin's Night In, is very much about the people in the room. There was an interim where we thought, oh, everything's fine now, and then, oh, we're all heading for Christmas where we can all meet our family and all that sort of stuff, and then suddenly that got shut down. But just before it got shut down, I managed to fit in a live show, socially distanced, which was very interesting, and it was Christmas and it was my birthday, and I just managed to get the whole thing.
It was still kind of weird because everyone had a mask on, sort of, because everybody usually mingles everywhere at Vin's gig. Everyone was just stuck on their table. You feel like you're being rude, do you know what I mean? Not saying hi, you see loads of familiar faces and stuff. And then I like to get people to sing along. Apparently you're not allowed to do that.
I've actually met someone recently who's going to help me kind of bring Queer Off into more light kind of thing. And we're going to do live studio sessions in North London, and then open mic. Yes, that's every Tuesday from 18th of May at New Cross Inn. It'll be pretty cool.
I already had a few people get in touch with gigs and stuff, so hopefully the more and more that happens, we can just get started with that. Start with London, branch out a little bit, Yeah, I'm ready for the chance.
Well, my roadmap is as soon as lockdown, in terms of indoor venues and live music can happen, I think it's about 3 days later, we've got a show. Then another one in June, I think, and then after the June one, I plan to find a venue, or maybe the same venue, again, that'll have us back so we can pack the room out.
Now that it looks like I might get to do that again, I kind of don't want to believe it because I know that could be taken away like that. So who knows what's coming for Taxi Joe. I know we'll be back because we can't help ourselves. We keep coming back to it. We love the songs, we love music, we love each other. We have always stuck together and we keep coming back, and it's literally because of the music.
3 weeks out of the national lockdown, in effect since March of 2020, the government have commissioned test events to try and ease the idea of mass gatherings for live music back into society's minds. Looking to the rest of the world, countries like New Zealand, Australia, and Portugal are currently free of COVID and any lockdown rules. They stand as our strongest beacon of hope for a future where people like Vin, Casey, Harry, and Joe can thrive.